Dollhouses are meant to be charming, but what if one held a world of unspeakable horror? This is the story of the cursed dollhouse, a miniature world that trapped one family in a nightmare. When Sarah and her daughter Lily moved into their new home, they found a beautiful dollhouse in the attic. The dollhouse was intricately detailed, with tiny furniture, tiny dolls, and even tiny lights that flickered on and off. At first, Lily loved playing with the dollhouse, but soon Sarah noticed something strange. The dolls would move on their own, their tiny eyes following her as she walked by. The lights would flicker even when the dollhouse was unplugged. One night, Sarah woke up to the sound of tiny footsteps. She followed the sound to Lily's room, where the dollhouse sat on the floor. The dolls were gone, but the footsteps continued. Sarah looked inside the dollhouse and saw something that made her blood run cold. The tiny dolls were moving, their tiny faces twisted into grotesque smiles. They were reenacting a scene of a family being terrorized by a shadowy figure. The next morning, Sarah tried to get rid of the dollhouse, but it always came back. The dolls began to appear in other parts of the house, their tiny voices whispering in the night. One night, Sarah woke up to find Lily standing in front of the dollhouse, her eyes blank, her voice a hollow whisper. "They want me to play," she said. Sarah tried to pull Lily away, but the dolls began to grow, their tiny forms twisting into something monstrous. The shadowy figure from the dollhouse stepped out, its hollow eyes staring at Sarah. When Sarah woke up, the dollhouse was gone, but Lily was different. Her eyes were hollow, her voice a whisper. And sometimes, late at night, Sarah can still hear the tiny footsteps, calling her to the dollhouse.